Well, welcome back to the Top Gun Show with Mandy McEwen, the founder of Mod Girl Marketing. Mod Girl Marketing is a leader in the field of online marketing and branding. Mandy is a real-life social media rock star. I'm not kidding, she really is. She works with companies that want to leverage the power of LinkedIn to increase revenue and brand authority. She's appeared on several Top Gun shows in the past, and her interviews are always among the highest watched episodes. She travels the world to teach people about LinkedIn. She's the star of this series called the Top Gun Tips of the Month. During the series, Mandy shares incredible LinkedIn tips that you can apply today. Mandy, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for having me, per usual.
So nice to see you again. I think you're in Hawaii right now. You're getting ready to come back to the mainland, and then you're going to travel abroad again, and you're changing the world. You're changing the world, Mandy.
You know it. Dora, my alter ego Dora, is on the moon.
Dora the Explorer. Hey, anyway, I digress. What kind of tips you got for us today?
So Sales Navigator has some awesome new features, and if you are in sales and you're not using Sales Navigator, you need to be. Most likely you are. So real quick, they have a really cool feature with personas now. Like you can create your own personas in Sales Navigator as a filter, which is pretty awesome. And then they have new lists for you. So Sales Navigator is awesome because they're coming up with new lead lists for you. Like they're actually auto-generating leads for you on your behalf. So one of them is the recently accepted connections and InMails. They're going to put all of those into a list for you of people who recently accepted your connection request or responded to your InMails. And then they also are putting in new executives from any saved accounts. So if you're using Sales Navigator and you have a list of accounts, aka companies that you're targeting, Sales Navigator is now going to give you a list of new executives that join the companies. So it's really awesome. Their AI is helping you with lead generation on Sales Navigator, which we cannot complain about.
Well, that's pretty cool because LinkedIn in the past has kind of shied away from becoming, a lead gen service, right? But it's evolving to meet the needs of the membership. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's actually probably one of the best sales prospecting tools out there for B2B Sales Navigator.
Yeah. Well, I know you do a lot of training on Sales Navigator, and I just saw a post yesterday of yours about SKO, sales kickoffs, that are coming up in the next couple of months. Everybody's planning their sales kickoff, but talk about a little bit about what kind of program that you offer for sales kickoffs.
Yeah, so I spend my days training sales teams, obviously. And so I have a special, I started this last year doing the sales kickoffs for companies and rather successfully. So what I do is I basically have a condensed version of my detailed LinkedIn training. And we go through everything from profiles to how to not be a weirdo on LinkedIn and how to actually build meaningful conversations, how to use Sales Navigator, how to curate and post content, and then of course, how to look like a badass on LinkedIn. So I create it specifically for each company. It's customized, and it is a 60-minute session primarily for sales kickoffs, and I can do this in person or virtually. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, I think that's probably one of the most needed tools in our industry, in the telecommunications space. I mean, most people that I talk to don't use LinkedIn well. They still use it as a resume. They don't have a compelling title line that would make me want to reach out to them. Wow, that's incredible that you do that. How can somebody find out more about those services? Go to your website, contact you. What's the best way?
Yeah, really, LinkedIn is the best place, to contact me, and I have a video on that, and I can kind of give you the rundown. But yeah, the whole goal is to really give your team the confidence and the tactics they need to build powerful personal brands on LinkedIn, and then obviously that leads to sales conversations, appointments, and new revenue for your organization. So it's really just having them capitalize on the best way to B2B prospect right now in the world, which is on LinkedIn. So if you're not investing in your team doing this, I can guarantee your competitors are, or they will be soon. And so it's something that you really should jump on, because this is the way that the world works now in B2B sales. Like everything is social selling. So when you give your team and equip them with the strategies and confidence they need to build those relationships and really maximize LinkedIn, it is a huge game changer for organizations.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat on your post a couple of days ago that said that I think it was 72% of salespeople who are engaged in social selling strategies are at or exceed quota. 72%. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's massive. And that's why literally every team we train sees results in 48 hours because most people are not doing this. So it's almost like they're starting from scratch because each sales team maybe has 2% of their sales force that is actually using LinkedIn. And even then, they're not totally maximizing it. But like when you take it from 2% to even 10%, that's a massive number. And then you get even more people adopting it. I mean, the sky's the limit on what can happen. And so we have amazing results from literally every team we train that takes advantage of this. And most do. Most have at least, a handful of people that are go-getters and they go out there and make it happen almost immediately. And then some are a little bit slower to adopt, but still the ROI on something like this is exponential.
I bet. So we got a tip on Sales Navigator today, and we got a tip for the channel chiefs and the CROs and the sales leaders. If you're planning your SKO, which I know many of you are, you got to reach out and talk to Mandy today. You better book her before somebody else does.
This is true. This is true.
Well, Mandy, thanks so much for sharing your time on the Top Gun Show Tips of the Month today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for watching, everybody.